our Christmas vacation trip to Hershey, and just outside of Hershey is Harrisburg, and we're here at Wildwood Park outside of Harrisburg, and we're going to be visiting the visitor center here at Wildwood Park. Wildwood Park has a lake, trails, and it's dog friendly, so we're here with our little dog Newton. Let's take a look at the nature center. And the nature center is free, and they got some exhibits and a little scavenger hunt that you can work on. It's very nicely done.
So here at the exhibit center, they have a fun activity to learn about wetlands. This is muskrat homes, and you read about the wetlands, and after each station, you put your punch card in, and you push, and it will give you a stamp at each of the stations.
Nice work, Miss Tammy.
I know, I'm gonna learn all
Here's
about
an
wetlands.
exhibit with a bear, a raccoon, there's a muskrat, and then up in the tree there you got a squirrel. And what we're doing is there's a nature hunt, and you have to find the different animals and circle them when you find them. So far we found the raccoon, the flying squirrel, the muskrat, and possum, all in this area. So we're gonna keep lookout for the other animals in the exhibits. So here in the nature center, they have these quizzes you can take over here. So I decided to take one on invasive species, and I answered them all right, and Tammy graded me, and she gave me a 100% A+++.
Plus, 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 plus.
This exhibit invites us to zoom in on different specimens. For example, here's a magnifying glass look at snakeskin. So at this exhibit, they have this large microscope that lets you zoom in on different slides. You can choose your slides off to the side here and then put them under the microscope. And this is a butterfly wing up close. This exhibit is about wetland plants. For example, cattails, jewelweed, duckweed, and even skunk cabbage. This exhibit has you try to solve the mystery of who left the eggs behind right here. What Muskrat Holmes is doing is he's interviewing all the animals to figure out whose eggs they are. Right now he's talking to the duck.
Oh my, you found my eggs on the bank? Oh, I thought I hid them very well. Oh my, nothing has happened to the dear eggs.
This exhibit has you match the seeds to the trees. So it tells you about the maple tree, and then you have to match the maple fruit or seeds to the tree. So here's the maple helicopters, and you put it down there. So this is a quiz. Where do the animals go? You have to guess what each animal does in the winter. Does it hibernate, migrate, or stay active? So I'm going to say that the bear hibernates, and you flip it over, and bears are well-known hibernators. I knew the answer to that one. This station tells you about the plants and what they do throughout the years. For example, here is the cattails, and it tells you about in the spring how they start to grow, and then what happens in summer, the fall, and then in the winter when they shed their seeds for new cattails to grow. So here's another really nice exhibit with the animals. Like for example, we can see the duck right there, there's a bullfrog, and there's a fox and a herring. Very, very nicely done. So this display even has a place to crawl underneath. I can see what's going on underneath. Let's go. For example, there's some eggs under here underground, and here's some moles digging around, and then we even see a hibernating chipmunk all here underground. Look, Miss cool. Tammy's crawling around underneath there too. Hi, Miss Tammy.
Hi, I see a chip, and he's in his little home.
So here's the discovery room, and this is where you can draw pictures and match the shadows. There's pictures on the wall that will tell you all about the animals that you can find here at the park. And they got some puzzles you can work on. In this part of the discovery room, you can make a fox hat. So you fold it up and put the tail on it. Here's the one I made, complete with a tail. Let's see what it looks like on. Here I am with my fox. I made this myself. And this part of the nature center is the children's library. They have a bunch of books that you can take a look at with your kids. And they even have this nice little area where you can sit down and read a story. And here's an exhibit about solar energy and solar power. And then right around the corner here, they have an exhibit about recycling. They also have this bird viewing area with some seats and a nice pair of binoculars. And they got a bunch of bird feeders set up, and you can watch the birds come to the feeders and feed on the different bird feed. Here at the bathroom at the visitor center, they got these signs about animals, and then you can see their tracks on the ground and even what their scat looks like. So for example, here's the muskrat prints and the muskrat scat, and then you can follow the other ones, and then here is the great blue heron, and you follow his tracks and you can see what his scat looks like when he goes to the bathroom. So kind of a unique thing to see in a bathroom. One of the exhibits they have here at the Nature Center is a photography contest, and you can vote for your favorite one. They have 3 categories: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So here's the beginner photographs. What my wife and I like to do when we take a look at artwork and photographs like this is you like to pick out our favorite and least favorite ones, and then share which one was each of our favorites and talk about them. Here, I'll point out my favorite one from the beginner wall. So this was my favorite photograph on the beginner wall. I really like the bird catching the frog here, and this was my wife's favorite as well. We did this for each of the groups, beginner, advanced, and intermediate, and we shared the results. Here's a map of the habitat at Wildwood Lake, and we are here at the visitor center, and we are going to be hiking along the trails right here that go around, and it's dog friendly, so we're going to bring our dog on our walk. So Newton's getting a little drink of water, getting ready to go on a walk here at Wildwood Park. They got about 3.5 miles of trail that go around the wetlands and the pond here. I don't know if we're going to make the entire 3.5 miles, but we'll go on some of it and get this little guy on for a walk. Newton's getting ready, charged up. Newton, you ready for a walk, boy? Newton, you ready to go for a walk, boy? Come on, let's go. Let's go for a walk. What a good boy.